same way for my Casa Particular, where I pay 1/10, $20 versus over 200. Impresionante. Salad. Castro's attachment to this city was deep, as he chose it as his place of interment. You're viewing Travels with Lobo, Cuba edition, vlog number 24, new vlog published every Friday. This is the third and last installment of my visit to Santiago de Cuba.
Y la rebaja es el 5%, el que lo tenga la reservación aquí esta mañana, justo hasta las 2 de la tarde, el 5% la rebaja especial para toda la familia.
Santiago de Cuba, celebrating its 500th anniversary, priceless. Founded in 1515 by Spanish conquistador Diego Velázquez de Cuellar, I highlighted in the previous vlog. That reminds me, the city of Montreal, celebrating its 375th anniversary. Amazing. Montreal was founded in 1642 by French military officer Paul de Champmedy de Maisonneuve. Makes me think of Canada, where this year we're celebrating our 150th anniversary. Not to forget Canada's 100th anniversary in 1967, which was celebrated with Expo 67, the World Exhibition, in Montreal. And I was there as a host at the Canadian Pavilion, right there. Yes, that's me, right there in the middle with the glasses among the Canadian Pavilion hosts welcoming Queen Elizabeth II. Hard to believe that that was 50 years ago. And finally, as I speak, Barbara is in Montreal today at St. Viateur Bagel, celebrating their 60th anniversary. St. Viateur is our favorite bagel shop in Montreal. Never tried a bagel? Go to Montreal and try it. Check out the link at the end of this vlog to Barbara's climb of Mount Kilimanjaro. By the way, Montreal is located in eastern Canada in the province of Quebec, while Barbara and I live in British Columbia in the city of Victoria on the Pacific coast.
Y la rebaja es el 5%, el que lo tenga la reservación aquí esta mañana.
And there's a photo of the famous Parque Cespuedes, just around the corner. Check out last week's vlog about amazing Parque Cespuedes. Parque Cespuedes in front of the cathedral.
Chile con Argentina, Panamá trae la sandunga, Ecuador, bilirrubina y Uruguay con Paraguay, hermano con Costa Rica, Bolivia viene llegando.
Seems to be a travel exposition. All kinds of travel agencies. Now there's an oxymoron, Cuba and travel agencies. Aren't there over 1 million Cuban exiles who live in the United States and who left Cuba without a travel agency, to put it mildly? Cubans have been able to apply for a passport for travel abroad, but for the average Cuban, a passport would be about a 6-month salary, not to mention the cost of travel, so an impossibility. Only those Cubans who receive cash remittances from friends and relatives abroad can afford this, or those Cubans who are part of the Cook Revolution, the convertible Cook that is equivalent to $1. In addition, those deemed necessary to the Cuban Socialist Revolution, professionals such as doctors, scientists, and engineers, can be prevented from departing. Here's a museum to the Revolution. Okay. So you got to have a Cuban flag, and just across you got to have the former house of Fidel Castro, right there, that White House right there. Castro lived there on his way to becoming El Comandante, yeah?
Comandante Fidel Castro.
El Comandante. right here. All right. Castro lived here in this house from 1931 to 1933 while attending the University of Santiago. Castro's attachment to this city was deep, as he chose it as his place of interment upon his death on November the 25th, 2016. For my take on Castro, go to the first entry in the Cuba playlist. Frequently seen in Cuba are political slogans on the side of buildings, encouraging Cubans to continue the fight for the revolution. Remember, Cuba is a communist system, and there's only one party, and that's the Cuban Communist Party, presently headed by Raul Castro, brother of Fidel. Walking by this hospital reminded me that Cuba's healthcare system is recognized throughout the entire world for its excellence, despite limited resources caused by the American embargo. Cuba has more doctors per capita than any other country. Cuba also exports its doctors to the third world. After an hour of walking, I'm finally at La Plaza de la Revolucion. Plaza de la Revolucion, with the equestrian statue. Too tired to take out my book and look. Museo, maybe. So the Hotel Santiago is up this way, Avenida de las Americas. I'm just liable to take this guy here. Bit of a street festival on my way towards some hotels. The ever-present Bucanero beer. Some magnificent palm trees to my right. How lovely. And a crowd here. After a long walk along the Avenida de las Americas, just past the University of Santiago, I find the 5-star Melia de Santiago Hotel. So this would be a partnership between the Cuban government and the Spanish hotel company Melia. This is what the lobby of a 5-star hotel looks like. Lobby bar. I'm going to check in what the prices are. And here's somebody telling me to get lost. No. All right, good. Being a 5-star hotel, they're all over $200 or close to $200 US per night. Ristorante Italiano. I was hoping to see the swimming pool. Here's a whole group in the Restaurant Italiano. Man, that's a long way from my Casa Particular. A long way from my Casa Particular, where I pay 1/10, $20 versus over $200. Speaking of my Casa Particular, here is an interesting aspect of Cuban neighborhood life that I observed just outside my window. What you have here in Cuba is a very strong emphasis on family life, very strong emphasis on neighborhood. People come out and talk to each other. That's the guy across the street right there with the glasses and the balloon. People have lively conversations and help each other. This is my casa. This is my casa here, and my window totally closed with these steel shutters that keep the heat out beautifully. And that's streets of Santiago, near the port. Pretty cool means of transportation. So are the ships. And with respect to the ships, see those huge cranes are moving, so they're unloading tonight. as far as the freighters are concerned. This one is from... Of course, everyone except me knows that's Limassol, Cyprus. Really put on the hard sell. No, gracias, gracias.
Podemos conocer la fábrica de...
No, señor, no, no.
Está filmando.
Another mistake. I'm sure this guy would have given me a good tour, but I had my own agenda. The coolest spot in town right now has got to be along here. This paseo. Ooh, walkway along the water. This goes for quite a while, so I'm going to walk along here. These are the hardest working animals I've seen in a long time. They don't walk like they do in Victoria, British Columbia, where they plod along. These guys actually run. They run. They run like crazy. They run like crazy. These little horses. Hard working as, I guess, the Cuban people are. It was along here that in last week's blog I met Jorge, the chess champion, in quotation marks. We had a few beer. So on this tour, I'm getting beer. Beer with no label. I guess it's homemade beer. Within. After the beer, we're back here. There are 4 channels in Cuba. This is one of them. Waiting for lunch in this family home. No idea what's going to come. But hey, that's what travel's all about. Travel with Jorge. So this is our magical lunch that somehow came out of somewhere. Hey. To our lunch is added a pile of rice. And, oh, look at this. No es posible.
No es posible.
¿Es posible?
Yes.
¿Es posible?
Sí.
Wow, impresionante. Salad. In the last blog, I complained about having paid 14 cooks or $14 for the lunch for the 2 of us. This, of course, was way over the top, considering in Cuba a monthly salary might be $30 or 30 cooks. In retrospect, Jorge made a few dollars, the family made a few dollars, and I had a Cuban experience. So forget it. Amazing views of this Santiago. As we walk along this street, this house on the corner. Wow, that's old. Oh, there are so many more stories to tell about lovely Santiago de Cuba. If there is one place I wish I would have spent a few more days, it would have been here in this city. But I have got to move on because there's quite a bit of Cuba left to go. My next stop, next Friday, will be in Baracoa. Baracoa, of course, was the first villa or city that was established by Velázquez that I talked about in the last vlog. It's also right next to the Parque Alejandro Humboldt, a national park. So join me Friday. Thank you for viewing, and if you've gotten this far, please give me a thumbs up, and see you next Friday. Look at that view. Wow.
Argentina, Panamá trae la sandunga, Ecuador, bilirrubina y Uruguay con Paraguay. De mano con